Back to my channel. This is going to be a full-scale rant. It's just going to be a full-scale rant. I keep trying to film it. I keep going off into a rant. So it's just going to be a full-scale rant. I am pissed at both Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell and Stephen Mnuchin and Donald Trump and his garbage EOs that I just did a video on that don't do shit, where he tries to play the shit with political theater to give them leeway, which it doesn't do. Okay, let's talk about it. They both came out, the Republicans in the Senate and the Democrats in the House both came out with bills. Their bills, let's start with the Dems bill, which is better than the Republicans. Ends a moratorium on eviction, or it re-ups the moratorium on evictions till next year, getting people a chance to get back on their feet. It funds schools that can do remote learning. It helps feed children. It helps with that $600 a week to keep people from, getting sick and dying by being forced back to work. They want to work, but there are no jobs to be had, and a lot of the jobs at meatpacking plants and things like that are not safe. So, yeah. It's $3.4 trillion. I get that's expensive. I think that they were willing to give. They always, the first thing in negotiation is go high and then try to talk them down. Or on the other side with the Republicans, go low and see if you can get it down, start with a lowball offer and see where you meet in the middle. The problem is neither one is willing to meet in the middle. The Democrats have decided to go with a $2 trillion bill that still puts a moratorium on evictions, which I honestly think, even though it wasn't in the Republican bill, I think they wanted that on the bargaining table as a concession, because no one wants 12% of the United States population to be evicted. And that's where we're at. We're at literally, at this point, close to 31 million people are on the verge of eviction. So maybe, just maybe, we should stop that in the middle of a pandemic. There are also, Mitch McConnell wants to allow states to go bankrupt. That is unacceptable. You do understand that if states can't pay their bills, fire departments, police departments, my defund the police thing will happen because the police won't have any money. Neither will fire departments, rescue squads, libraries, public schools. There will be nothing. And if you allow 12% of the population to be homeless, all of that tax, all of the revenue that you would get from that is not going to go anywhere. I can tell you that right now. It's not going to go anywhere. People are going, cities and states are going to go bankrupt. We are literally on the verge of the biggest financial meltdown in history of the United States, and our leaders won't make a deal. They're not even talking to each other. They haven't talked to each other in days. They haven't met in days. They've got 2 days, 2 more days by my estimate, to make a deal. And if they don't make a deal by then, I'm not sure what's going to happen. They might not have a deal until September, and they might not even have a deal then. They might just shut down the government and walk away in the middle of an election year. It's political theater. You cannot tell me that Nancy Pelosi isn't holding strong and not trying to make a little bit more of a concession, and that Mitch McConnell isn't being like, $1 trillion, that's it, and we give we give those liabilities. You do it now, and everybody goes back to work, and we pretend like this isn't happening. Also, we don't send funding to schools that don't have funding, or that want to do remote learning. If they don't want to have in-person classes, they get no funding. Like, what the fuck? Like I said, this is going to be a rant because I'm angry, and I can't seem to form it into one, cohesive, not screw the Republicans, screw the Democrats thought process here. I can't be the only one feeling this way. I cannot be the only one feeling that they're literally putting political theater over people's lives, and it angers me. It worries me and it angers me. I've seen stories online of people not being able to feed their kids. Them and their kids are now living in their car because they got evicted this week. This is unacceptable. We are supposed to be the richest nation on the planet, and every other country has better testing, medical care, treatment to help with the economy. And this is what we're serving to the American people? Really? Really, Mitch McConnell? Really, Nancy Pelosi? Really, Steve Mnuchin? Come on now. You can do better. I know you can do better. Do better. Be better. Make a fucking deal that saves Americans and keeps this economy from completely and totally folding up worse than it did during the Great Depression. Because that's what we're on the verge of. The Great Depression times 5. Like I said, I couldn't get this out without, because the compassionate part of me is wanting to stab anyone, because this is ridiculous and I shouldn't have to be fighting for this in the middle of a pandemic. All right, guys. I'm going to jump over and talk about kids and schools and where we're going from there. All right, guys. Bye.